to another episode of That Arrow Show. Tonight's episode, Dangerous Liaisons. We're going to get into the good, we're going to get into the bad, and we're going to get into the Laurel. Alright, so on tonight's episode of Arrow, Oliver and company have to find Adrian Chase, but they can't. So Felicity takes it into her own hands, and
drama.
Yeah, and we got some Olicity action tonight. So let's get into the good. Anyone got any goods this week?
I got a good, and you guys probably don't even realize it. There were no flashbacks this episode.
Oh my God!
Oh wow! I was so bored that I didn't realize it. That was coming. And you didn't catch anything.
So this episode had a lot of plots going on: A plot, B plot, C plot, D plot, and they just didn't have time for flashbacks. So I'm grateful for that.
I'm grateful for that too, but it could have been more entertaining. But I'm still grateful for that. I got a couple of goods. While I don't think the choreography and the action was all that actiony, I don't know what the word is. The point was it was serviceable, and there were some funny moments, like specifically with Diggle, because once again, Diggle has to threaten a white woman with a gun or his fist, or both.
One more good. Felicity took charge, and I'm not mad about it.
Actually, yeah, let me piggyback off that. Like, she literally reached down and grabbed her pants and told Oliver to suck her balls. That shit was hilarious. You sitting there like, but Felicity, I'm here to protect you.
And as much as I don't like Lila or whatever, I like to see that again, the women of the show take charge.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna agree with you, but we'll get to the next section and talk about that.
So, bravo Arrow for being progressive.
Alright, now it's time to get into the get bad. We didn't have that much good this week, but I know we got a lot of bad this week. You raising your hand, son. What you got to say?
That black man did not have to die like that. as soon as I saw him, I already knew he was dead. But the way he got tossed around that elevator, I was like, that is fucking bullshit.
That really was inhumane.
That was the worst death out of all the seasons combined.
And believe it or not, that's the least of the problems with this episode. And say it. This show has a problem with repeating themes, and apparently, instead of having them learn the lessons that they're supposed to learn, they keep hammering the shit in, and it's getting annoying. Let's talk about what you said about them being progressive with Felicity and Lila. No, they weren't, because they went out of their way in this episode to make them look like the bad guys. Like, I honestly did not know who we were supposed to root for, because they made Felicity seem like a bitch, and then when Lila was trying to correct Felicity's mistakes, they made her seem like a bitch so that we could hate on her. And it's just like, and honestly, the people that were throwing the shade at them had no room to talk about that. Do we even need to talk about Oliver's bullshit? I have two bads, and they're both Lila related. The first one is I take umbrage when Diggle claims that Lila is becoming like Amanda Waller, and I'm like, no, she's not. She's not doing anything nearly as bad as Amanda Waller has done. I don't know. I just felt like they were ready to leap to that conclusion. I'm gonna stop you right there again with that, because of course they want to use Amanda Waller as a scapegoat for what take charge woman shouldn't be. And honestly, I felt like the way they treated her, and then when they killed her off, and the way they talked about her in that same episode that she died in, it was like she was the worst thing ever and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, she may have done some morally ambiguous shit, but like, she did it because that was her job. And like, every time a female main character in this show does take charge, there's a problem with this. We saw it in today's episode with Felicity and Lila, and we see it now with Thea because she's not on the show anymore.
Well, my issue was I felt like Diggle took it to a level that it didn't need to be. He blew it out of proportion when it wasn't even that bad. Like,
first of all, we already know this divorce is coming, so I don't even know why they play these games. So they need to go ahead and finalize this divorce,
and
so him and Black Canary can get the fuck.
And I think that's the part that leaves a big shitty taste in my mouth. They're literally forcing this rift between them so that they can pull them apart and put Diggle with Black Canary.
yeah, and it's interesting because we see on the Diggle Black Canary side, we've been seeing for episodes and episodes that they've been getting together. Lila just now got back on the show. When was the last time Lila was on the show?
No, I got one for you. Where the fuck is the baby?
Exactly!
The baby wasn't mentioned. The baby wasn't mentioned once. That motherfucker got a 9 to 5, and y'all ain't even checking on him.
And that's yet another thing. Like they're doing this, and it's like they want to erase the character development that Diggle had all of those years so that he can get with Black.
If you notice, and my thing was watching this whole entire episode, the interaction between them. If you didn't watch this series before, you wouldn't know that they were man and wife.
Exactly. He was acting like that before shit was even wrong.
And then at the end, when she's like, "Yo, let's work this out since we already know where it's going," he was like, "Nah," like he already made with in his mind. I'm about to go back to his crib. I'm about to put on this Axe body spray. And me and Black Canary about to get down. My bad is the forced wild dog backstory. We didn't need this shit.
Not at all.
And my thing is, and this leads into another problem. The Arrow people need to mind their own damn business. When somebody say leave shit alone, that means leave shit alone. Curtis and Lance. Lance, fuck Laurel. 1. 2, this man said that's personal business. Leave it alone. Nah, I can't drink, so I need to go find some other shit to get into.
Truth be told, we liked the interaction between Lance and Renee.
But here's the thing, though. We don't need this type of. We're episode 19 out of a few left in the show.
What is the point? Because this is going nowhere. Maybe
you know what I think it is.
Maybe if they use his daughter as a hostage later on down the line.
It's leading to something because they wouldn't have harped on it like they did this episode.
Let me tell you what it really is and what no one's thinking about. They have run out of content for flashbacks, so they needed something to fill that space.
And that's all it was.
That's literally what it was.
That's gonna segue into a bad for me. They look fucking out of place and stupid. Going through the warehouse scene. Like
Felicity looked like Sonya Blade.
Yeah, and like I never bought for a fact that this little girl that Felicity was hanging out with was any kind of capable of even being in situations with gunfire and whatnot. That just looked fucking dumb.
Alright, now it's time for the laurels. Who wants to go first? I'm going first. Okay, so my first laurel is basically, this isn't anything new, the blatant hypocrisy that's going around. Oliver and Diggle was complete hypocrites this episode. Complete hypocrites. Diggle, you went into black man sage mode for Oliver today to tell him about what he needs to do. And then you turn around and you act like a little boy on your wife. I'm sorry, that was little boy shit.
Exactly.
Like, I can't live with this. Like, what the fuck do you think marriage is about?
You work with a murderer every day.
And this is the first time since the marriage that we know of where they've had an issue.
One incident, Oliver punched you in your fucking face.
Exactly.
And you let that shit stone cold fire.
Exactly.
But
when you should have stomped him out and gave him some help.
I want you to have that same energy when Oliver roll up on you to have it with Lila. But nah, you want to sit there pity and backpedal and say, I don't want to deal with this no more. But when it's Oliver and his white man problems, you always buck up and shit. It's like, nah, we need to fix this. You need to have that same energy when you're dealing with Lila.
that just really irked the shit out of me today. Like that, like I was really.
Once again, when a woman take charge, they're fucked up and they shouldn't have did that. But when Oliver decided to go call his Russian boys for help, then
you let the shit slide the whole episode.
Exactly.
And instead of stomping him out and giving him some act right so he can limp back to his Russian homeboy and say, nah, we can't do it no more. You let the shit go on for so long.
Digolo there, you murdered your brother in the alley where crackheads suck dick for change.
Exactly.
But you know, you got the moral authority.
Like that just really didn't sit right with me. That like you ready to drop your wife at the first sign of trouble, and yeah, it's because he ready to go fuck.
Yeah, we already know it.
But it was just so.
it was forced and dumb. And it's like you could have. I would have bought it if you had Lila cheat on Diggo with someone.
But she
if you just really want to break them up that bad, there was a better way to do
Christian,
it.
she's always working because you know she has a job.
Okay,
she has a fucking job. My Laurel, either Argus has a hiring fair or just close that shit. Cause you ain't gonna sit here and tell me you pull every motherfucker to guard this one building, but you don't have enough agents to cover another building. They smooth walk through the front
That
door.
hurt the shit out of me too.
Yeah.
Cause it was like, well, they're not going to this location. They're
So why
going to
didn't you
where we
cover the
really
other one?
Exactly. You didn't cover the
fuck
other
was
one.
wrong with
And the fucked up part is
And then didn't tell them.
Exactly.
So like, no, you're not like Amanda Waller. Amanda Waller was smart.
My thing is this. They literally walked up to the door, unlocked it, and pulled this dude out. Really? But you know, Argus is a full staff. And then my thing with you're gonna sit here and hide the package, this guy, King, LeBron James, whoever the fuck they got. They gonna sit there and hide him from the strongest force that you got to the most unsecure location from a group of fucking hackers. Whoever wrote this shit need to be taken outside and beat several times.
That writer needs to be fired.
I got a moral. The speech that Oliver and Felicity had when he was like, "Don't do it," when he showed up at the house. First of all, who was he looking for?
He was straight people like, yo, what?
Like you, like
smell
seriously,
dick in there.
don't be screening her dates now. after you ran through homegirl, and everybody told you don't run through homegirl, and you ran through homegirl.
Talking about the reporter.
Yeah.
Alright, final Laurel of the episode. The ending. Oliver is there drinking alone in his sorrows. Felicity comes back, finds the location for Adrian Chase, and it turns out he's been there the entire time.
This motherfucker been making sandwiches in their refrigerator
Exactly.
the whole time.
Like, what was he doing this entire time while Oliver was there drinking alone?
I'll tell you what he was doing. He was in the ceiling with a plastic bag over himself, masturbating. That's what he was. They don't know I'm here. They will never figure this out.
My question is, why did the building explode when it found them right there? Like, so my thing is, if they had found him somewhere else, would the shit still had exploded?
Alright, everybody. So that's it for this week's episode of That Arrow Show. Remember to like and subscribe, ring that bell so you can get notified about all our videos. So, check us out on Facebook, check us out on YouTube, check us out on Twitter. Ken has a Snapchat, and we'll see you guys next time.
Back pages.
We're on back page 2.
We all we got.